stopped by asking, why do you earn the amount of money you make? So, Mary, why do you earn the amount of money that you make?
Well, I just do. Well, humbly, because it's what I put into it.
Okay.
And the process that I've been in, what I've been doing.
Such as what?
Such as, just like I just retired in February on the Postal Service after almost 30 years. So, and I get a check every month for laying in the bed. But while I was there, when I left there, one of the things that kept ringing in the back of my mind, I was there for 30 years. I gave them 30 years of my life.
30 years.
Yeah, right. And you know, when I left there, I didn't get one of those little cheap watches. I got a little pen that would turn covers. And a little certificate. You know, after 30 years, I donated myself to them for 30 years. And I realized that even though I've had businesses ever since I was probably 19 years old, I realized that I shouldn't have been there for 30 years. I should have been out doing something for myself, and I was doing a lot better off financially.
So we'll use your example. Why did you stay there for 30 years?
Well, for one thing, once you're there for so long, like once you're there, say 20 years or whatever, you start saying, well, if I leave now, I won't get this money every month. You know, I lose that. I lose that annuity every month. Whether it's $5,000 or whatever, I'm going to lose that every month. So, and you know, the closer you get to that, you know, if you get down to 5 years, you definitely don't want to leave then because, you know, you say, well, I can lay in the bed and sleep and get this amount if I just stay there. But we keep making excuses like that.
And you made excuses.
I made excuses, I guess, for 30 years. And every time, the excuses change every year, you know, so.
All right, did we hear that? Everybody hear that? Is that resonating with everybody? Why we earn what we earn is because we get used to earning what we earn. It's like it's like a pill. It's like this is what I do every day. I'm on autopilot. This is how I do what I do. This is the amount of money, and we just get lulled to sleep. Yeah, and you're complacent with it. And now we lip service wanting more. We say we want more. We have this lifestyle that we want. We have all these great charitable things we're going to do if we ever. But we are really already programmed to be at that level.
And see, another thing, that's why I made my children get out of bed this morning and come here, all 3 of them, because I don't want them to be at the same spot. I don't want them 30 years later to be on a job.
30 years, 3 decades is a long time to do something for somebody else.
25 for myself.
25 for you. So you guys have done 55 years time for somebody else. And everybody in here is doing time, for the most part, for somebody else.
I've never worked for anybody that has been fired from.
Thank God.
All right, 30 years. I'm glad you went. I didn't know Mary worked there for 30 years. But I'm glad you went because it's a great testament to the rest of us. No matter how long it is that you've been doing what you're doing, you're still doing time for somebody else. And even if you have your own company, if you're not at the level that you want, you're still doing time for somebody else. So 30 years, we earn what we earn because that's what we want to earn. That's the hardest thing for people to accept. They think, why are you telling me I earn what I want to earn? I want to earn $100,000. No, you don't. Because if you wanted to, you would do the things to get you to $100,000. People are always asking me, oh, how long has it been since you played WNBA? 10 years. 10 years, you look like that? I mean, oh, I can't stay in shape. How do you do that? It matters to me. My health, my body, my spiritual, it matters to me. We do what matters. So it's hard for people when I say to them, you don't make more than $50,000 because that's what you want to make. And people get very upset with me when I say that. But the reality is we do what matters to us. So if you're not making the money that you want to make, it's because it doesn't matter that much to you. Would you agree that we do what matters?
Yeah, right. Yes.
If your kids were in trouble and they needed something, would you do it?
Yes.
Okay? My brother died on Easter morning, unexpectedly, and my entire family got in the car and drove to where he lived because he matters to us. We did what mattered. So do not get it twisted. You are doing in your life what matters. What we have to figure out this weekend is how to get you to do the things that you say matter to you. If making $1 million or even just $100,000 a month matters to you, then you have to start doing the things that get you what you want. And more importantly, if you're not getting the things that you want, you have to stop lying to yourself about why you don't have it. Because we're good liars. I don't have time, I don't have knowledge, lies. It's all lies. So if I can get you to stop lying to yourself this weekend, you'll make some money. And you'll make a lot of money. But you got to stop lying to yourself. And you got to stop letting other people lie to you about it. Okay? How do you respond to hearing me say, Bullet, that you will never make more than never make more than $50,000 a year?
Take that as a challenge.
How do you respond to hearing me say, you will never make more than $50,000 a year?
That's
Bullshit.
not a good feeling.
What do you say?
To me, it's not a good feeling.
Okay. All right. Doesn't feel good. Right? John, you will never reach your millionaire status again, dude. You're never going to do it. You're never going to make more than $3,000 a month. Sterling?
Bullshit.
All right, so when we don't do the things that get us where we want to go, essentially what we're saying to ourselves is, I do not aspire to a certain financial level. I'm never going to do this. When we work for people, we're letting them tell us, here's how much money I say you're going to make. Okay? All right. Please place these words in the correct order for me. For me, money means what?
Freedom, status, and security.
Okay, in that order, freedom, status, and security. All right? Other people, for me, money means
Security.
security.
Status, like it is.
Freedom, security, and status.
Freedom, security, status. Anybody have status first?
I took status out.
You took status out. What'd you put?
I don't care.
Okay. What do you care about?
The security and freedom of that order.
Okay. For me, money means. Don't be afraid to say
No,
status.
seriously. At first, when I looked at it, I was just thinking about it. Well, I have freedom 1, then status 2, and security 3. But I was sitting thinking, I was like, well, actually, maybe status probably would be more.
Okay. All right.
Then
So,
freedom.
what does status give you?
Pat on the back.
Well, it's status. One of the things you were saying, how money flows easily, and I associate status with money being able to flow easily, because just depending on your status,
You can get stuff.
yeah, you can get stuff, and people would do business with you,
Yeah.
and just
Interesting.
yeah.
Yep. Anybody else have status first? Anybody really have status first? We won't say it out loud because we've been conditioned to think that to want money for status is bad. Okay.
Just depends on what your goals are.
Okay. All right. True or false? There's a science to becoming rich or wealthy.
True.
Making a lot of money is a function of luck.
False.
Why do you say true and false?
Because I think it could be, possibly, like, if you come in the right place at the right time, around the right people, then it can happen for you.
Unless you intentionally put yourself in those situations, which is what this workshop is about.
True.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I personally, that's fine, that's your answer. I personally don't believe in luck. I believe in things, I believe in setting yourself up, whether intentionally or like coincidentally, like I just happen to know you and you just happen, I don't know who you know, but by associating with you, I put myself in your circle, then that's a part of my intention. Okay? It would make me nervous to carry $2,000 cash in my wallet at first.
Yeah,
True.
That's true.
True. Who said true? Why true?
Security reasons. If you're asking true or false, yes. It would make me a little nervous to walk around with that amount of cash.
But nobody knows you have it.
Right. Can I share a story with you? And the reason why I had apprehension, I had bought a brand new car back in '96. I bought a '96 Mazda 626. And my next door neighbor had knocked on my door because I didn't trade in my old car. And so her best friend needed a car. And so I sold the old one for $6,000, went and cashed a check. And I got too lazy. I cashed a check and I said I wanted to go to Fort Worth to the Believers Convention. So I said, I don't have time to go to the bank and deposit that. Downtown, Fort Worth, 10 o'clock at night, flat tire. It made me a little nervous. You know, and yes, nobody knew, but I said, this would happen now. This is the time. I'm downtown Fort Worth, 10 o'clock at night, no black female, you know, on that. So it's just, that's the only reason.
Now, I find it interesting you weren't thinking about your life, but you were thinking about the money.
No, I was thinking about my life being, you know, being
Jeopardy. And the money added to that?
Yeah.
But the money just added to it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The timing, just all the timing, I was like, okay, this would be the time. Going downtown, flat tire, got an hour for AAA to come, so that was, yeah.
Okay. Who else said they would be nervous to have $2,000 on?
I said that because I don't want the cash right there, especially if I'm going to the store and I have a whole wad of cash and they see me with it. I would rather just keep it like on my card, just keep it on my card and not so nobody can know how much money I really have.
Okay. Who else?
Yeah,
What?
having so much money in my hand is like it's itching, so.
So why did you, what was that?
That's the only reason. This will be itching. You know, I'm going to see something I'm going to want to get. So.
Okay.
He's going to add back to the economy.
It's going to stimulate the economy. We have a lot of money coming in. Who else? You were?
Yeah, I'd end up losing some of it if I had it.
Okay. We associate so much fear and things can happen and, you know, not that these things, I mean, everybody who's carrying a lot of money, stuff doesn't happen to them. Right. But we think if we have it on us, the possibility of something going kamikaze or whatever, something might happen. Okay, now think about where that came from and think about why you still carry that energy around having a lot of money. It's not just about having the money in your pocket. Okay, it's about how you were taught to feel about having a lot of money. Nobody knows you have $1,000 in your pocket, but you feel nervous about it because of all the things that could possibly go wrong and happen, and it's 10 o'clock at night, and, you know, that's the feeling you have to address. The feeling you have about having a lot of money on you and about the energy that you carry with that money, okay? I know approximately how much money my closest friends make.
Sure.
Yeah? How do y'all know?
They told me.
Huh?
They told me, and I can only take their word.
Okay. Who else? I know approximately how much money my closest friends make.
They told me. They told me.
They tell you? How many of you have lied about money before?
Everybody lies.
Okay? Right? Everybody in here agrees that they've lied about money. Why do we lie about money? This is getting good. Why do we lie about money?
Because it's not enough.
It's
not enough. You always want more. I grew up, my grandmother raised me, and they had hotels. They had, this was back in the day, back in 40s or so, my grandmother, they had hotels, they had restaurants. You know, then it was segregated. And I can recall my grandmother telling me about how my granddaddy brought home barrels of monies because he owned clubs and different things like that. And so I grew up with thinking about monies, vast sums of monies, you know, wheelbarrow monies. And so it really hadn't phased me.
Why do we lie about money?
Well, it's different reasons for different people.
Why do you lie about money?
I can remember occasions where I had what some people would consider a lot of money, but for me it wasn't. So if you say, well, you know, I got $10,000, and people will say, $10,000? You know, they're going to ask for
A couple dollars.
A couple of dollars. Because they consider that like small fortune.
Okay.
And to you, it's a very small number, and it's already spent.
Mm-hmm.
So you say, well, so you lie.
So we lie about money because we don't trust, because we don't want to give it to people. We don't. Is that why you lie? You don't want to give people money.
No, not want to give it to them. Is that this money is already allocated for other things. And if you had maybe $50,000, maybe you would say, well, I got 20. And you might part with 2 or 3.
Okay, so we lie about money because we're uncomfortable telling people no. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Would you agree with that? Because what you just said sounds like a very reasonable thing to say to someone if you don't want to give them the money. But instead of saying this money is already spent, or I'm not interested in loaning you money, we lie about it. Right? So it's our discomfort with our conversation around money that makes us that we think we need to lie about it. Who else lies about money? Yes.
Yeah, I've lied about money, and
Why?
I feel good about it too.
Why?
It's like I had a kid wanted to buy. We sell blue pit bull puppies. So I had a kid wanted to buy a puppy, so I was giving him a break on it. Usually I get a couple $1,000 off the internet for the pups and stuff. And so I told him we'd sell him one for, $250, get a break and stuff. And he goes, I'll give you 50 for one. So I wouldn't sell it to him. And then later we sold the pup. I told him that we sold it for $1,500, that he should have bought it. But I only really got $500 for it.
Now, why did you lie to that kid, sir? Why did you lie to that child?
Like I said, it makes me feel good.
All right? So we lie about money because we are seeking some kind of pleasurable experience. Okay? What else do we lie about?
Because we care about what other people think.
Yes.
I mean, you tell people that you have more than what you really do because you want them to think that you have more. Because it kind of ties in with this status piece.
It goes back to the status, the word status, and you can play it up.
Or you can play it down. Yeah. Okay? All right, what else do we lie about?
We also do it with our children because they always asking for something, and it's just normal. Say, I don't have any money. Because if they know they don't have anything, they're gonna find something to buy with it.
Again, though, we are avoiding some experience. We don't think about why. I think about why my parents lied to me about money. They did a number of reasons. They didn't want me to. They didn't have the money, and they didn't want to say we don't have it. Right? So it's easy to say no. Don't ask me for anything. Anybody overheard that? They don't want to have that conversation, which is the best conversation you can have with your kids, which is. This is where we are. This is our budget right now. Mom doesn't have this. That's the best lesson to teach your kids. Not that you lie about this because you don't have it because you don't want to look bad. But that's the lesson most parents teach their kids. And they hide behind their authority rather than teach their kids important financial lessons.
I can recall my parents were rather wealthy coming up. I'm from New York. And my dad would always tell me, because you have it this way doesn't mean you have to have it this way, and you will earn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's, that was something that plays out even today, in my head about earning and doing things.
Right. Right. So we need to stop lying about money. I contend that we lie about money because we care what people think. And when we stop caring what people think, one way or another, the need to lie about it goes away. Now, I know it's hard for people to sit with that they care what people think. But otherwise, why wouldn't you just be honest? Why wouldn't you just say, I make $1,000 a month? Because you're so worried that people are going to think you don't have anything. Well, wait a minute, you drive that Lexus. Wait a minute, you live in that 2-story house. Well, wait a minute, you just took a trip to the Bahamas. And we just rather not deal with any of that. We'd rather just say, I make, $10,000, $20,000 a month, whatever. Yeah.
Sometimes, if you say no about your money, you're going to get an argument. So you don't want to argue. You don't want to
avoid that experience again. Yeah.
Experience to say, I don't have it.
Right. Right.
So you avoid all that, and you through with it. So in a situation like that, because I know people I can't just say no to about my own money.
Why not? Because there's going to be an argument.
Yeah, because they won't accept it. And I know you got more than that.
Right.
Come on now, you know that ain't for us. And it just goes on and on and on.
So what would happen if you said, yeah, actually I do have more than that, but I am not going to give you this money or loan you this money?
Then they're going to spend days
But you know what? Because my sense that you really just you're projecting that they're going to do what you say they're going to do, but you've never done it, so you really don't know.
Okay, for instance, take my sister. I can tell my sister no, and I wouldn't hear anything else about it. I got some brothers. I just can't say no.
Well, you can.
I can, but consequences come with it.
So you want to avoid those consequences?
I want to avoid, the hounding.
Okay.
Right.
So we're either running toward an experience or we're running away from an experience, essentially, with money. Okay? You're either running away from it, you don't want to hear the constant questions. It's like with kids. Can I? So we don't want to hear that. We just say, no, I don't have it, don't ask me, right? We're running toward an experience or we're running away from an experience. Well, what I want to challenge you to do is to have more integrity around your money. Have more integrity around your money. That means don't embellish how much you make.